I'll stop here for a second and just say welcome back. You join me today about 20 miles or so away from my own house, so I'm not all that far. In fact, when we get to the top of this hill, we can practically see Moffat from where I'm at. And speaking of Moffat, this is one of the big reasons I'm coming out here for something called Walk Moffat. Did it last year. Wasn't on the channel or anything like that, but we did a wee walk last year, which involved a walking festival that goes across a weekend in Moffat, where we basically take a bunch of people out and they book it and they do a lot of different walks around the area. And this walk I'm doing today is the one I've chosen to lead. So it's 23k long. I'm just over 3k in. This is the first real chance where it kind of opens up a wee bit. You've seen a wee bit of the walking already. So we're walking on this kind of gravel path all the way up to our first summit, which is our named Corbett. It's the biggest Corbett in this area as well, Broadlaw. And then after that we're going to decently high summits, Corbett tops as you will, Kitt Crag, and then Broadlaw, and then we'll be taking a big loop back round. By the time we get to Broadlaw, the view should be really quite nice. This is normally the better one for getting the view up the valley and around. So I did this a few weeks ago, as I mentioned, on Mullagalloway camp, but we only made it as far as Broadlaw and came back. The weather was atrocious. Today there's cloud, but the cloud's high. We can see all the tops around me. These are all tops ahead of me are like 750, 800 metres high, so I could see them very clearly. I could see the top of this as I was driving in. So I think we're going for a good day in terms of that. Bit of breeze on the way up. Barring that, we're going to be good. So there's the weather forecast for the day. Anyway, let's get on this wee climb. Not my legs have had a wee chance to shake it off. Strategically placed rest break there. Okay, let's go. Oh, I'm just at a little crossroads here. Going left is got to continue on the loop that we're going to be doing. Going right is going to take me up to the summit of Broadlaw. That's when I'm going to go, have my lunch. I'll show you the full summit of Broadlaw, which has got quite a wee interesting structure at the top. Especially for people who maybe like a bit of airplanes, for example, you know. So I'm going to get up there, get sat down, and we'll get some chatting before we continue this little loop. Another time tagging Broadlaw. So I'm going to sit here, use the trig for a bit of shelter, get my lunch, and then I'm going to show you around this whole summit and show you what we've got, Right. Kind of winds kind of coming and going a wee bit here, but I'm pretty sheltered where I'm at. I can see my next summits ahead of me. So I'll get some lunch, and while I'm eating, I'm going to show you the rest of the summit. As you'll see, it's quite interesting, let's say. So what you're seeing is a beacon that gets used for the aircrafts. So when they're coming to either Edinburgh or Glasgow, they'll use this beacon as a kind of way to determine where they are, and they start the flight path. So with that part being said, it does mean that for this hill, sometimes you do find that the planes come reasonably low here, particularly like the bigger ones, you know, the Emirates planes, for example. So camping on it can be interesting. I've done that once before. My next time I'm camping up this end, though, I'm going to aim for Broadlaw, which is going to be the third hill. So I'll give you a proper look at Broadlaw when we get up there. But yeah, like I say, I'm going to get some food, and we'll check back in a wee bit. So that's me firmly on the move. I've got that little airport beacon behind me. I'm just coming up to one of the few mobile phone masts. So this is the fun thing about Broadlaw. This is pretty much a gathering of electrical shite, shall we say. So unfortunately, it doesn't make for the most picturesque mountain, but nonetheless, I don't know, I've come up here about 5 times and I quite enjoy it. you know, and it is a lovely view. I mean, I'm giving you little bits of the view as we go, giving you a wee bit with the drone there, and I'll give you a bit more. The wind's obviously picking up, so you'll probably see that with the drone footage. He's a wee bit, he was fighting that one, wee lad, but he done alright, but aye. So the next one I've got is Cramult Crag. That was 840 metres up for Broadlaw. We drop a wee bit and we come up to 831. And if you're asking, well, why is that not classed a Corbett as well? Well, Corbett's are not just classed by height, but by distance between the hills and the mountains. And in this case, there isn't really that much of a difference of a drop between them. So it's a fairly, you know, it's quite a steady drop and a steady rise. So, like I say, doesn't qualify for the standard that you want. But I got a bit. Oh, I'll give you a wee look back and let you see what I've got behind me as well, just so you can see where I'm at for reference. Hi. So I'm up my second one now, Cramult Crag 831. I'm just going to tag this and go, and then the next one we've got is a long one, probably the longest gap between the three, and that's Broadlaw, which is over there, and then we're all the way back to the car. It's about 7k, I think it is, walk down, so got a good wee chunk to go. I think I'm only, I'm about a third of the way in. So let's get this tagged and we'll continue on the walk. I'll give you a quick panoramic of the view as well, which I'll show you just now, so you can see what it's like at the top. Right, Cramult Crag, we're going that way next. So let's continue on the walk. So as you turn towards Broadlaw, you get a cracking view looking down towards Megget Reservoir. There's a wee there's a wee car parking spot down there, which is typically where you'd go if you're doing this as a single. You can also do this from a single from more or less where I've parked from, and you'd just come up the valley and scoot up. Really good one for summit camping. I don't want to get the name wrong. Might have been a guy who just goes by Instagram of Go to the Wild, Stephen Anderson, but if it's not him, I apologise. He was up camping on this over the winter and got an amazing aurora night. You know, it's just in that perfect area where very dark skies, no light pollution, so when it's dark, it's dark, and I'm sure it was him. But yeah, if you're watching and it wasn't, please put us on the bottom and let me know who it was. I do remember liking it, and I'd been up camping about 2 days before that, and on one of the local hills, and I had just missed the aurora. So as you've probably seen if you're keeping an eye on my channel, last week's video up at Ruhr Point Beach up at Erseg was my first aurora camp. It was absolutely stunning, so yeah, I was really chuffed at that. Anyway, I'm going to push on until we get to Broadlaw, and then we'll let you see the view up there, which I think is possibly the best view of this little circuit. This is why I've done it this way, because in my feeling it is. So let's check back in up there. Second trig point of the day, third summit of the day, Broadlaw. I think it's 8:17. I love a trig point. I'm trig point daft. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it always looks better when there's a wee trig point at the top of it. Great. Yeah, let me give you a wee 360 while I'm up here. So, looking behind the camera, obviously we've come from Broadlaw over there in Kitt Crag. That wee group of hills just ahead is over the west there. That's Law in the wee group, and then the wee hill behind that's Tinto. So that's a wee group of hills to get done at some point in the channel. Now, that's just so many nice wee places you'd put a tent up here. We're looking over at the Pennines. We can see the Pentlands over there. If I'm looking straight north, the Pentlands. Not really fancy getting up there, but from here, I mean, today I could see Arthur Seat as well. It's so clear. Yeah, that's fantastic. And then, looking down into the lakes. And I see over at our hills, right behind the gap there, we have White Coombe. And then further over, we've got Queensbury and the Lowther Hills. Hartfell's in the gap there, you can't quite see Hartfell. Aye. So for me, it's hopping the fence, following the path down and then going right, and that's going to get us down into the valley. Oh, it was a long way down. I'm on the forest path now. We just followed a kind of Land Rover track there for the last couple of k or so, a kind of ATP track, basically used for grouse and the shooting. So you follow that way down, and now I'm going to get down here. That's going to be my last piece of the camera. The battery's about to die. I've got about 9k left to walk, but it is on this and then road. So I might take a few pictures and a few B-rolls if I can with the Insta360, but for me, Robert, Moffat on Adventures, I'm going to say goodbye. Hope you've enjoyed this one, and I hope you've signed up to the Moffat walk for mine and for the other ones, because once again it's going to be a fantastic weekend, and I will drop a link in the comments so you can see what the website like and go and pick it. But yeah, fantastic walk, and just what the noggin needed as well. Didn't expect to need it as much as I did today, but it's great to get 20 odd k out, middle of nowhere, barely seeing anybody bar one guy. Oh, fantastic. Right, I'm waffling it as I do. Check you guys in the next one. Thank you for tuning in this long. Stay safe. Goodbye. Alright, lads.
Outside my window, is everything pale and cold? Can't seem to pick up my phone. It's been ringing all day long. Behind these clouds, I know the sun will be, but today's raining, so be patient with me. I'll be right, somehow I must be somewhere the sky is blue. I'm too tired to sleep, too tired to do anything else than doing nothing. I'm too tired to rest, too tired, I'm blue. Can't do nothing else than doing nothing. Inside my room, the heat's like a warm embrace. My bed feels like heaven.